If you're 23 and you feel constantly behind, like everyone else has their life together except you, like your bank account is embarrassing and you should already be saving, investing, and thriving, but you're really just trying to survive, this video is for you. Because there's a specific kind of exhaustion that comes from being in your early 20s and feeling like you're already late to your own life. You look around and it feels like everyone else figured something out that you missed. People talk about savings, discipline, investments, moving out, and you're just trying to make it to the end of the month without panic. And the worst part isn't even the money itself, it's the feeling that something is wrong with you. At 23, many of us quietly assume that money problems mean we're irresponsible, that if we were smarter, more disciplined, more adult, we wouldn't be struggling like this. We want nice things and immediately feel guilty for it. We open social media and see people our age traveling, decorating apartments, buying aesthetic groceries, living these curated lives while we're calculating whether we can afford one night out without stressing for the rest of the week. And slowly, without realizing it, money stops being just money and starts turning into shame. You don't just feel broke, you feel behind, immature, incapable. You start measuring your worth by your bank balance. You start believing that adulthood is something everyone else got invited to, and you somehow missed the email. And no one really talks about how heavy that feels because everyone is pretending they're fine. Here's the part no one prepares you for. We were sold a very specific and very unrealistic idea of what your early 20s should look like. We were told that by now we should have savings, discipline, clarity, stability, a plan, and ideally a 5-step roadmap to success. But that narrative completely ignores reality. Most people who seem ahead are ahead for reasons you don't see. Some have family support, some have help with rent, some are quietly in debt, some started with privileges you didn't even know existed. Comparing your real life to someone else's highlight reel isn't motivation, it's emotional sabotage. It guarantees that no matter how hard you try, you'll always feel like you're failing. And the truth is, your 20s were never meant to be your wealth building era. They're your learning era. Your 20s are the stage where you earn less, try things, change your mind, make financial mistakes, and slowly figure out what actually matters to you. Struggling here doesn't mean you're bad with money. It means you're early. It means you're gathering data. It means you're learning how life actually works instead of how it looks on TikTok. Once you understand this, everything shifts. You stop asking what's wrong with me and start asking what is this phase asking me to learn? And that question is where real stability begins. Instead of trying to be perfect with money, focus on awareness, not control, not restriction. Awareness. That means spending 1 month simply tracking where your money goes without judgment. No labeling expenses as good or bad. No punishing yourself mentally, just noticing patterns. What drains you? What supports you? What you keep paying for out of habit instead of intention. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a clarity problem. Once you see your patterns clearly, you naturally start making better decisions without forcing yourself into extremes. A lot of people feel paralyzed because they think stability only counts if it's perfect. 6 months of expenses, emergency funds that feel impossible, that pressure alone is enough to make you give up before you start. A soft safety net changes that. A small amount, $300 to $500, already creates breathing room. It's not about being fully prepared. It's about knowing that one small unexpected thing won't completely break you. That amount isn't a finish line. It's a starting point, and starting points matter more than fantasies. One of the biggest sources of guilt comes from mixing everything together. Rent, food, transport, and enjoyment all fighting in the same mental space. When everything comes from the same pool, every coffee feels like a mistake, and every small pleasure feels irresponsible. Separating fun money from survival money removes that tension. And enjoyment has its own lane. Spending stops feeling like failure and starts feeling intentional. When it's gone without shame. And when it's there, you're allowed to enjoy it fully. Your coffee isn't the problem. Your occasional treat isn't either. It's the income phase you're in. Cut Cutting every small joy doesn't make you disciplined, it makes you miserable. And miserable people don't build sustainable systems, they burn out. The real shift happens when you stop cutting what keeps you sane and start cutting what adds nothing to your life. Look at subscriptions you don't use, habits you don't enjoy, purchases that bring stress instead of comfort. That's where money leaks quietly, not in the things that give you relief. At 23, your greatest asset isn't stocks or crypto or complicated strategies, it's your ability to earn more later. Skills compound faster than savings at this stage. Courses, tools, education, creative abilities, these are the things that change your income ceiling. Money put into growth now often matters more than money locked away out of fear. This isn't about hustling nonstop. It's about choosing growth that aligns with who you are and what you actually want to do. One thing that changes everything is adding a monthly money check-in. Not to judge yourself, not to lecture yourself, just to sit down once a month and ask 3 simple questions. What worked, what felt heavy, and what I want to adjust next month. No spreadsheets if you hate them. No punishment if things weren't perfect. This check-in turns money from something you avoid into something you collaborate with, and it prevents small problems from turning into silent stress. Stability isn't built in dramatic moves, it's built in these quiet, consistent moments of attention. One quiet shift that brings so much peace is deciding that you don't owe anyone an explanation for how you use your money. Not friends, not family, not social media. You're allowed to say no to plans without justifying it. You're allowed to spend on something that matters to you without turning it into a public debate. The moment you stop narrating every financial choice, money becomes less emotional and more yours. Boundaries aren't cold, they're stabilizing. Another grounding practice is defining what enough for now looks like in this phase of your life. Enough savings, enough income, enough effort. Not forever, just now. When you don't define it, your brain keeps moving the goalpost and nothing ever feels sufficient. Enough for now creates relief. It tells your nervous system that you're allowed to pause, breathe, and exist without constantly chasing the next level. Progress doesn't disappear just because you stop panicking. Wanting a soft life doesn't make you irresponsible. It means you care about how your life feels. You don't need to punish yourself into success. You can build stability without hating your present. And if you're 23 and you're trying, even if your bank account doesn't show it yet, you're doing better than you think. You're not behind, you're in progress. And if you want to talk about money without guilt, ambition without burnout, and building a soft but realistic life, you're exactly where you need to be.